So we've seen what the moon symbolizes in Miraculous, even going as far as to analyze the heartbreaking significance of the broken moon in Cat Blanc. Other than the moon, which seems to dominate the best love square moments in the show, the rain and thunder scenes come a close second. Ever notice how Adrienette seems to be the only ship that owns the rain scenes? Sure, they have a cute moonlight dance scene, and Marie Charon in the balcony scene, and Lady Noir every other moment. But no other ship in the love square, apart from Adrienette, have any moments in the rain. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Cartoon Hotspot, and in today's video, we are going to dive deep into the symbolism of the rain, thunder, and the umbrella in Miraculous Ladybug. Before we get into this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that thumbs up, and turn on that bell button for post notifications. Like my moon video, we'll begin by defining what the rain is and its general symbolism. Rain and thunder most commonly symbolize sadness, despair, and sometimes the rain is a warning of dark times approaching, but on the flip side can represent cleansing, rebirth, passion, and the uncovering of the truth. In the case of Miraculous Ladybug, it's used to portray a combination of everything I just mentioned, but specifically in Adrienette's relationship. Some examples I'll be discussing in this video are the umbrella scene in season 1, Marinette breaking up with Adrien in Cat Blanc, Adrien giving up his Miraculous, Marinette chasing after Adrien, and the reverse umbrella scene in season 4. First up, let's talk about the umbrella scene in season 1. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nothing will ever beat this iconic scene other than a reveal. It's the scene which started it all. As Adrien hands over the umbrella to Marinette, we hear a coup de foudre, which means thunderclap in French, connoting how Marinette had fallen in love with Adrien. The moment she fell in love was pure and sweet because here Adrien had opened up to her about not having friends and being new to the concept of friendship. He let his walls come down, all for the sake of wanting to be friends with Marinette, and in return she couldn't help but to fall for him, his flaws, his kindness, everything. It's funny how an umbrella represents protection and shelter from bad weather. Adrien gives Marinette his umbrella, even when knowing the rain would very well dampen his clothes and get his hair wet and whatnot. Like I said, Adrien let his walls come down in front of her despite only meeting her. Him offering Marinette his umbrella was his way of saying, I don't mind being vulnerable around you. Sometimes it isn't shelter we need, it's facing your fears, doubts, and vulnerabilities head on, and that's how we grow. I have spoken about Cat Blanc so many times on this channel, you guys probably think I'm obsessed with the episode. And you're absolutely right. As we know, Cat Blanc is a separate timeline, and in that timeline, Gabriel threatens to withdraw Adrien from public school should Marinette refuse to break up with him. Feeling like she has no other choice but to protect the one she loves, Marinette breaks up with Adrien, which led to chaos. No, literally. It isn't a coincidence that this occurs in the rain, but what's even more ironic is the fact Marinette uses the umbrella Adrien gave her back in season 1. The umbrella was what sparked their love, and sadly what was used to end it. Funny enough how Cat Blanc says to Ladybug, it was our love that did this to the world. Could the umbrella also be a figure of their love? Either way, the umbrella was supposed to shelter Marinette from her negative feelings when breaking up with Adrien, but it didn't. In fact, it did the opposite. It probably made her feel worse, and when nothing could protect her anymore, that's when Adrien makes a brash decision, transforms in the open, revealing his identity to both Marinette, Natalie, and his father, foreboding the dark times ahead. The rain scene showed us how passionate yet delicate Adrien and Marinette's love for one another is. In other words, it has to be handled with care. It's not surprising that the angstiest episode of the show, perhaps, whether you consider the New York special canon or non-canon, has multiple rain scenes. So let's analyze all of them together. When Cat Noir disappoints Ladybug, fearing that he may have broken her trust forever, he makes the decision to renounce his Miraculous. Marinette is obviously heartbroken by this, as we see when she says he made his choice. And then of course the clap of thunder scene, where Adrien and Marinette are facing each other, which can be argued was the point where Adrien unknowingly develops feelings for Marinette. And what about when Marinette chases after Adrien's car? She states, I already lost Cat Noir, I can't lose Adrien too. Remember when I said the rain symbolizes the uncovering of the truth? Marinette didn't have to mention Cat Noir when talking about Adrien, but she did. At this point, she realized that both boys hold a special place in her heart. Of course, they're the same person, but she doesn't know that. The rain uncovered Marinette's deepest feelings buried within her heart. Notice how there was no umbrella to protect either of them from the rain. They were left to come face to face with their biggest fears. Adrien's worst nightmare came true, disappointing Ladybug, whilst Marinette's biggest fear was losing the people she cared about the most. And the sad thing is, they faced their fears alone. But there's good in that. Often when we think of rain, we associate it with something bad. The rain also connotes cleansing. Adrien and Marinette had to go through what they did in New York in order to find their way back to each other, in order to strengthen their relationship in their civilian form and superhero persona. If it wasn't for the rain, Marinette would have never come to terms with her true feelings, and Adrien would have never learned how much he is valued by Ladybug. This scene sort of cleansed their relationship, think of it that way. I think I speak for every Adrienette shipper when I say all of us are still in shock over Mr. Pigeon 72. Like, we actually got a reverse umbrella scene. Ish. Nope, it's too good to be true. The writers really said, let's recreate the moment these two characters fell in love and the moment that captured the heart of every Miraculous Ladybug fan. I love it. I specifically want to talk about a particular line Alia said at the beginning of the episode. She said, let's not wait for the storm to pass, instead dance in the rain. And at the end, Marinette decided to actually take that advice. The first 3 episodes gave us a completely different side to Marinette, with her mental health slowly deteriorating. In other words, she was going through a storm, and to her it seemed like it was never ending. That is, until she decided to confide in her best friend. Upon trying to get Kagami to reconcile with Adrien, Marinette realizes that she herself never really stopped loving Adrien, no matter how much she tried to. And at this point, the umbrella scene was recreated, where the roles reversed, and Marinette is the one to offer the umbrella to Adrien this time, even going as far to make her bold move and ask him if he wants to walk home with her. What does this signify? Exactly what Alia said. Don't let the storm pass, dance in the rain. Marinette thought that by being the guardian, everything will change for the worse, concluding that she cannot have a boyfriend and that she's endangering the lives of everyone she loves. She then ended up distancing herself. But it didn't have to be that way. Often when something bad happens, we don't really try to make a positive outcome of it. Marinette lost herself. Like I said, she isn't amazing because she's the guardian. Ladybug is amazing because she's Marinette. And when she realized this, she became a better person. Think of it like she was reborn. The rain symbolizes rebirth. Yeah, Marinette went through a tough time, but ultimately she came back stronger than ever, which is why she felt so brave as to make her move on Adrien. And speaking of the blonde boy, looks like someone is falling in love and he doesn't even know it. Here we see Adrien being clumsy, like, boy, don't you know that's Marinette's job? I guess this is to mirror the rebirth or revival of Adrienette, because at first we thought, okay, season 4 is going to be Lady Noir focused, since Marinette had given up on her love for Adrien. And then Mr. Pigeon 72 just drops a bomb on us and boom, reverse love square. Usually I do shout outs, but I realized that I didn't actually tell you guys what to comment down in my last video for a shout out, so apologies for that. Shout outs will be in my next video, I promise. If you want to shout out, comment down your favourite Adrienette scene and I'll be sure to pick a few people to shout out. Rain and thunder symbolize Adrien and Marinette's strong feelings for one another, their connection. It started with rain and I guarantee that the reveal will take place in the rain. I hope so. The rain is their haven. It practically is made for them. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe for more essays like this. Hit that like and comment down your thoughts. So that's it for me and I'll see you again next time. Bye!